Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for being part of TrustHab's 12th webinar. I'm glad you guys could join us today. We're officially more than halfway through 2021, so hopefully everyone's Q3 is off to a good start. A quick introduction, I'm Julio, the product manager here at TrustHab, and I'm joined by our marketing manager, Gemma. If this is the first time you've joined us for one of our webinars, we host a quick Q&A session at the end, so feel free to submit any questions you have along the way, and we'll do our best to answer those for you. So the topic of today's webinar is using IoT to monitor and mitigate environmental issues across your property. Here in Florida, we know all too well about how the damaging effects of high humidity levels are, especially now that we're in the peak of summer. So we thought this would be the perfect topic to cover today. We've also recently deployed some new logic in our platform to help with humidity, which I'll be sharing with you guys today as well. And with that, I'll pass it over to Gemma.
Thanks, Julio. So at the beginning of our webinars, I usually take a quick minute to give you some background on TrustHab, just in case this is your first time hearing about us. We're a facilities-based IoT solution purpose-built for student housing, multifamily, conventional, and affordable housing. Our platform is cloud-based and utilizes IoT-driven smart devices to push actionable data back to property staff, allowing them to remotely identify when a potentially risky condition is present within a unit. So think of it as continuous remote equipment monitoring. Our solution keeps a constant eye on device activity in each individual residence all throughout your property, which empowers on-site staff with a more efficient way to manage vacant units and provides a proactive approach to any maintenance problems. The main goal of TrustHab is to help property owners and operators to significantly reduce utility and maintenance costs, solve pain points associated with billing recovery, improve sustainability, and increase overall property NOI. We've also developed our own suite of access control features, which simplifies the process of granting and revoking access for both residents and non-resident visitors to a property, which also helps staff to avoid many of the headaches that come with losing or misplacing physical keys. If anyone is interested, we do also have a number of use cases and other resources available for download from our website. We also have a library of how-to videos available on our site under the how-to section. These are a collection of short 90-second tutorial clips on the many different features within our platform. And we get a lot of positive feedback on those, so be sure to check them out if you have the chance.
Thanks, Gemma. And I'm sure everyone that's here with us today is somewhat familiar with the term smart building. So whether you're in student housing or multifamily, implementing smart technology throughout your property is at the top of the priority list for owners and operators these days, and for good reason. IoT is one of the most effective ways to conserve costs on HVAC, utilities, and maintenance while also helping to reduce the impact on the environment. The primary aspect of smart buildings is the ability to adjust the temperature based on current environmental conditions. For buildings that have not yet been made smart, so to speak, common limitation is that temperatures are only monitored where the thermostat is actually installed. Installation of an energy management solution like TrustHab utilizes all types of smart devices as needed to provide significant visibility into temperatures and conditions throughout the building, which helps to identify inefficiencies with HVACs and pinpoint a particular area of the building that is experiencing possible energy wastage. Not only that, but we're also able to automatically change the settings of nearby devices, such as switches and outlets, based on the detected temperature and humidity levels.
So another aspect of environmental monitoring that is directly related to temperature is humidity. In addition to being uncomfortable, excessive humidity levels can damage equipment and put you on the fast track to developing mold and mildew issues. And if you're a property manager that has ever had to deal with the repercussions of mold, you'll know that rehab costs that result from mold destruction are without a doubt one of the most expensive repairs to hit any maintenance budget, especially when the mold is present in multiple residences. And in most cases, mold conditions can be caused by something as simple as a resident mistakenly turning off the thermostat in an effort to save on energy consumption. And with how quickly mold can spread, it presents a huge problem in any vacant residences too, sometimes being left undetected for weeks or even months at a time, by which point any damage is typically irreversible. So what is the best way to combat this? Installation of IoT-driven sensors throughout a building allow on-site teams to automatically monitor these environmental conditions on an ongoing basis. And let's say the temperature in a particular area gets either too high or too low. an alert is sent to the facility manager immediately. So this eliminates the need for the resident to A, notice that there's a problem, and B, actually call down to the office to report the problem. It allows the appropriate on-site team to proactively address the issue before it results in a costly repair. So the ability to be able to detect these maintenance issues remotely is huge, especially right now when so many properties are experiencing a shortage in maintenance staff. So by giving teams the insight to be able to identify a problem prior to entering a residence, our real-time alerts can help to cut down on those already limited man hours and reduce any unnecessary in-person diagnostic time. And in addition to notifications on high or low temperatures, we also have a number of other proactive maintenance alerts that can be triggered, and we'll cover those a bit later in the webinar.
Yeah, that's right, Gemma. And we've helped our partners catch so many issues before they become major problems with our proactive maintenance alerts. The platform also provides logic that can help mitigate issues automatically without any need for maintenance intervention. I'm going to show you some of the unique ways we're able to help our partners tackle problems using the power of the platform to help save them time, effort, and energy. We're constantly adding logic to our platform to help our partners easily handle difficult situations with just a few clicks. I'm going to give you a look at some of the custom logic rules we've implemented on the platform. We have the tools to help you and your property tackle any situation, and have even worked with our partners to develop logic to handle certain use cases they're seeing in the field. Humidity mitigation is a huge benefit of our platform, and we've recently added another way to help keep humidity levels in check across all your controlled units, both vacant and otherwise. As we do with a whole host of metrics, we're able to track and detect relative humidity in an area, and then trigger extra cooling or fan cycles based on the property's preferences to help keep those humidity levels down. We had some properties ask for even more logic to help with their humidity. As more diverse building types are being retrofitted with smart devices, we're able to maximize efficiency while providing more comfort and removing excess humidity automatically. In this custom logic rule here, when the configured humidity threshold is breached, the paired wall switches in the offending area will toggle on. At these properties, those switches are associated with ceiling exhaust fans, so not only will the HVAC help mitigate humidity through the humidity control logic, but these fans also kick on once the set humidity threshold is breached to really discourage any high humidity levels from sticking around. We have multiple configurable logic rules in place to mitigate humidity, from this to not allowing thermostats to be completely turned off to not allowing HVAC fans to run nonstop. Everything I've mentioned is fully configurable in the platform, so you can set up this functionality to work towards what's best for you and your properties. In addition to humidity mitigation through our humidity control logic, there are a host of other environmental related issues that can be monitored, detected, and alerted on through the platform, including extreme temperatures, leak detection, smoke and carbon monoxide alarm detection. We've also worked with our partners to handle specific use cases as they come up. So many of our partners had no visibility over smoke alarms triggered, full drip pans spilling over, and leaky appliances until they deployed our solution. Being notified of even one of those situations through the platform can be the difference between a simple maintenance service call and a major issue that displaces residents and costs thousands to fix. For many properties, smoking is prohibited, but they have no way of enforcing fines or determining which unit triggered the alarm. By adding this device to your deployment, you can easily pinpoint units that trigger the smoke alarm and will also be notified if they tamper with the device. We can even secure your existing smoke detectors to alert you if they're tampered with as well. By deploying a host of smart devices, whether they are alarm detectors, leak sensors, contact sensors, thermostats, outlets, or switches, we can handle most environmental issues that may arise, so you'll know everything as it happens, from major issues like smoke or water damage to issues with more long-term effects such as wasteful energy use and excessive HVAC runtimes. We can help you save money when disaster strikes, as well as streamline your team's processes and extend the lifespan of your HVACs.
So in case you were interested in seeing the devices we offer, in addition to smart thermostats, I wanted to cover a list of them here. And by the way, if anyone would like a detailed sheet of our devices, along with their technical specifications, we would be happy to send it over after the webinar. Just let us know. So firstly, we have our two lock options, both a Yale model and a quick-set model. Residents can enjoy the convenience of keyless entry, while management teams can securely create PIN codes, view access history, and receive notifications from anywhere. With both locks, access can be controlled via the app, manager portal, keypad, and physical key. The EcoLink door and window sensors provide an important security feature that immediately trigger an alarm when the magnetic field is broken. So these responsive contact sensors allow on-site teams to gain visibility into important locations and provide peace of mind for residents. Then there's our smoke and carbon monoxide audio detector. You may or may not be surprised to know that over 50% of residential building fires are caused by accidents while cooking in the kitchen. So with a smoke and carbon monoxide audio sensor, property managers can rest assured that they will be immediately notified when smoke is detected in a unit. The sensitive strip, and guard are discrete contact sensors that are designed to protect doors, windows, and other valuables. They also measure temperature and can notify you of potential freezing. So early detection of leaks, of course, not only saves water, but can also prevent costly damage to property. The GE Smart Outlet enables wireless control of on-off functions of connected electrical appliances, so creating the highly desired smart home living experience for your residents, and scheduling can be completed entirely remotely. Our GE Smart Switch and Dimmer Switch offer the convenience of being able to remotely control on-off functions of wall, ceiling, and accent lighting, and can be scheduled through both the platform and the resident app. And lastly, the GE Direct Wire 40 amp smart switch provides the same functionality as our switches and outlets, but can be used for larger outdoor appliances and in common areas such as water heaters, pool pumps, and spas.
Yep, thanks, Gemma. And like she mentioned, if anyone would like to receive a complete list of our compatible Z-Wave devices and their specifications, be sure to let us know and we'll gladly send over a copy after today's webinar. So as we touched on earlier in the webinar, our solution offers a number of different proactive maintenance alerts as well. And I want to take a minute to go into a little more depth on those. All our alerts are able to be enabled or disabled, and many have editable configurations that you can tailor to your property's needs. But all alerts have same default values, so they can start firing for you right out of the box after deployment. On all alerts, you can configure the recipients of the alerts notifications, so you can make sure the correct personnel receive the notifications they need. Regarding the different alert types we offer, tamper alerts are triggered immediately for any battery-powered devices that their case gets opened or tampered with. So this, of course, isn't editable, but you can turn it on and off. Battery-powered alerts are triggered on battery-powered devices when they surpass low battery thresholds. So that's less than 50% and less than 25%. This allows you to be able to plan when you want to devote resources to going out to that unit and replacing weakened batteries before they run out of juice. Other alerts that are triggered immediately include leak detection, smoke or carbon monoxide detection, and these, of course, fire alerts immediately once triggered. So now in some of the more HVAC-centric alerts, all of these are fully configurable per property as you need them. The excessive runtime alert by default is set to fire after 3 hours of consecutive running. This is usually indicative of maintenance needed, whether that's be changing a filter, cleaning a coil, cleaning out a drain, and the resident running the HVAC with the window open, or trying to achieve a set point that's unobtainable based on the environmental factors. Or simply the room may need more weather stripping or insulation, or maybe frozen over if it can't achieve a reasonable set point. So our inefficient unit alert is triggered if a unit's been running for a high percentage of time. The default alert levels on this are triggered at 65% runtime over 24 hours and 80% over 24 hours. And that percentage and time to track are fully configurable. So you can really tailor this one to the needs of your property to help call out your outliers and HVACs that likely need maintenance sooner rather than later. Extreme cold and extreme heat alerts have temperature-based thresholds, and the appropriate alerts fired when the ambient temp is detected as surpassing a threshold. The defaults for this are 60 degrees and 85 degrees, but like I said, those are fully configurable per property as well. Excessive humidity. So just like we've been talking about today, this one has been extremely useful for our partners in helping them find units and parts of their property that may need insulation or weather stripping. High humidity over an extended period of time can cause major issues. Even just staying over the level of 65% humidity over 24 hours promotes mold growth. And our platform helps notify you before it becomes an issue, so you can take the appropriate measures to get humidity down. The unit heating, not heating and cooling triggered alerts are fired if the ambient temperature in the room starts trending in the opposite direction of where it's supposed to be. This has been useful not only in diagnosing HVACs that may need maintenance, but it's also been helpful for our partners in allowing them to figure out how warm or cooled their HVACs can get a unit to in practice. And this alert also, when fired in conjunction with some other alerts, really give maintenance a good idea of the HVAC that needs some looking into. And it's also worth mentioning that our alerts are sent via the user's individual preferences. So whether you prefer to get it via email or text message or both, your configured users will get their alert notifications in a way that works best for them.
Thanks, Julio. So as you can see, the real-time notifications are one of the most important features of our entire platform. It's one thing to be able to detect a risky condition, but unless that issue is actually being addressed as soon as it's caught, it doesn't do much good. I also wanted to mention that we do have a resident app, and here you can get an idea as to what that looks like. This is a screenshot of the device's dashboard within a resident account. We recently released an updated version, which now features the ability for residents to control any assigned devices, as well as provide push notifications when sensors are triggered or devices are changed to provide further comfort for residents. So these features, of course, provide convenience, security, and position you as a modern property that has incorporated those highly desired smart home amenities that so many renters are looking for nowadays. And our solution isn't just limited to enhancing comfort in resident units. You can also optimize energy management for common spaces like offices, model units, and clubhouses. So smart buildings attract tenants with their lower power and cooling costs, comfortable working environments, and focus on integrated technology. And of course, with the expected rise in utility costs due to the increase in people now working from home, empowering residents to be able to reduce their utility usage is even more appealing. Not to mention the opportunity this provides to building owners and operators to enhance benchmarking and energy reporting scores. We actually just added a new use case to our website that's available for download for free. It shows the dramatic difference in HVAC runtime that resulted from a 1 degree difference in set point on the thermostat. It's really interesting data that will likely surprise you, so be sure to download your copy of that. You can find it by visiting trusthab.com and scrolling down on the homepage to the download section. This particular use case that I'm referencing is titled Building IQ. Or if you'd prefer to be sent a copy directly, just let us know after the webinar and we can get that over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Gemma. So it looks like we've just about reached the end of our webinar, so we'll start our Q&A session. So for anyone that still has questions, feel free to submit them. It's not too late. So Gemma, do you want to go ahead and read the first question?
Yeah, okay. So question number 1, what kind of benefits does your solution provide for common areas in particular?
Yeah, common areas. And I think you touched on it a little bit there too during the webinar, but we've been successful in saving energy and helping HVACs run more efficiently in common areas as well as resident spaces. So in many properties, we see that their common areas are usually being controlled by various individual thermostats. So parts of them might be running in heat mode, some of them cool, and all with various set points. So in essence, they're working against each other. Our solution allows you to run these on a schedule as well as lock them down a bit more securely than your clear plastic blocks does. I've seen a lot of properties show us how residents can kind of easily get into some of those boxes and change settings. So locking down the settings and scheduling set points through the platform not only gives you peace of mind that these HVACs are running as needed, but also provides the residents the comfort of having a property managed common area that saves energy while also extending the lifespan of those HVACs.
Thanks, Julio. The second question, how much control do residents have over their devices through the resident app?
Yeah, so through the app, really, it's only as much control as you want to allow. So the resident-centric features and amenities are available within our platform solution for no additional charge. However, some properties do prefer to keep control over their deployed devices to themselves, and the platform allows for that as well. You can even add residents to just certain places or have control over certain devices if you just want them to have that type of visibility. With TrustTab, you can tailor the solution to meet your property specifications.
Okay. Question number 3, what brand of smart thermostats do you use?
Yeah, so there are multiple thermostats that are integrated into our solution, including devices from manufacturers like Honeywell and Radio Thermostat and RCS. However, our platform is flexible enough to be able to control most smart thermostats. We've had multiple installations where we've been able to successfully integrate deprecated smart devices after their device manufacturer disabled their API or stopped manufacturing their controlling hub altogether. We're not tied to any device manufacturer in particular, and we're always looking for new devices that fit the needs of our partners.
Okay, and we have a question, fourth question related to smart locks. What kind of connectivity is required for your smart locks to function?
Yeah, so with locks and with any device installation, our controlling devices, which we call gateways, they need access to the internet. And this can be achieved via Wi Fi, LAN, or if you don't have managed internet, even through an LTE SIM card connection. It really depends on the property and what their goals are. So, as far as locks, we currently utilize a variety of lock types that use Z Wave and Wi Fi and are made from manufacturers such as Schlage, Kwikset, Yale, and Assa Abloy, just to name a few of them. So, depending on the lock your property decides upon, we'll work with you to ensure it'll work as desired for your property's use case and will help you and your team overcome any connectivity obstacles before installation.
Okay, and unless anybody else has any questions, it looks like those are all the questions that we have for today. So we will go ahead and conclude our webinar. For anyone that's interested in taking a deeper dive into our platform, please don't hesitate to contact us for a complimentary demo. You can reach us via email at contact@trusthab.com, or there is also a contact form that you can fill out over on our website. I also wanted to quickly mention that we are excited to be exhibiting at Apartmentalize at the end of next month in Chicago. We will be booth number 758, so be sure to stop by and meet our team if you will be there too. Thank you again to everyone for joining us today. We hope you all have a great rest of your week.